Hello everybody and welcome back to Samantha on Bass. And today I've got something very simple and very quick short video on something that I use and that is the Radial Engineering Stage Bug passive DI box. Passive means there's absolutely no requirement for power on this. You can get active DI boxes, you can phantom power them, battery power them, and Radial Engineering, they're made in Canada, they make a lot of stuff. They are very robust and roadworthy, and they're small enough. This is small enough to fit in your gig bag, easy, right? And this one is for bass and keyboards, and you have the output to either the recording desk or the front of house, and then you have an input, a through, which also doubles as a second input if you're using a stereo keyboard. You can plug left and right into here. It will sum them and put them at the output here. It's got a pad switch there in case you're using an active bass with particularly hot output, and a ground lift on this side, so in case there's any grounding issues causing hum, you most likely get rid of it by pressing that. Now, this is a very simple and cheap and effective product, and I really like Radial DI's gear because it all seems to work very, very well and last a very long time. Where would you use this? You could use it in the studio, although most modern studios have very high-end DIs. But if it's a home studio or anything like that, you could always use that. Very, very good. It isolates the inputs and the outputs electrically. There's no physical connection. It's all done through the internal transformer. They do make even DI boxes with valves in them, so you can get a bit of a valve drive from the DI box. I chose this one because it's very small and simple. It doesn't require any maintenance or batteries. I like the sound of my basses. I can send them out to the front of house and either my monitoring system or just feeding back into in-ear monitors, and it sounds great. Now the other thing is, typically your passive guitars and basses are high impedance and a microphone input on your console is low impedance. And when those two things meet, there's a mismatch, obviously, and you tend to lose the high frequency content or part of the high frequencies. So to avoid that, you put a DI in the middle. So let's just plug that in. And what I'll do first is I've got two identical channels. I'll run a passive P-bass directly into the input of the mixer. And sounds okay, right? But I know that because I know my bass, I know there's a little bit of the high end is missing. And it's really hard to EQ that back in, because what happens when you EQ it back in, raise the highs, you're also raising the noise at the same time. So if the high frequency information goes to the desk and you can even lower the highs, you also lower the noise. So let's quickly switch over to the Radial Stagebug and see what we get there. Now, you can hear that there's more high frequency information in that signal. And that's because it's matched to the impedance of the input on the mixer. So that's where this stuff helps. So again, you can sit it on top of your amp and use the through output into your amplifier for stage monitoring, send the other signal out the front of house, and your sound man will thank you for having on hand a well-engineered product that sounds good. That's the basics of it. So I just thought I'd bring that to you. Check out Radial Engineering's website. They have a lot of stuff. When it comes to interfacing audio into a mixing console or a sound system, they have like little stage DIs like this that will handle piezo pickups on your acoustic guitar or your upright or anything like that. They'll, you know, your MP3 players, music players, so you can plug them into an input on the console, and it's just the great bunch of products. Check them out. Let me know what you think. But that was it for today. The other thing that we're probably doing next, we're going back to revisit the Fender High Mass bridge that we put on the Squire, and I couldn't get the action on the bridge low enough because similar to this, and this is a Badass 2, the bottom plate's very thick. And this one was built with the Badass 2 in mind, so this neck probably sits a little bit higher to accommodate it. On the Squire, the strings were quite a bit higher here. So one of the guys put me onto a neck shim that covers the whole bottom part of the neck. So your neck is basically sitting on a shim with a 1/2 degree or 1/4 of a degree or 1 degree angle. You can change them to get the results you want. So what we're going to do is pop one of those on the Squire, reinstall the Fender High Mass bridge, and see if I can get the action that I want out of it, and then we can properly assess the tonality and also how much heavier does it make the bass, right? We can check out all those things. So that'll be coming soon as I get the shims. Until then, stay well, keep making music, keep playing bass, take care of yourselves, God bless you, and see you at the next video. Thank you very much.